Hey guys, good to see you. As you can see, I'm still on my break. I haven't even cleaned my office since the last time I made a video. But in my year-end recap video, as I do every year, I had a bunch of advice that I gave at the beginning of the video for new YouTubers, people that want to be YouTubers, people that want to dive into this little venture, and I decided to actually cut it out of that wrap-up video. This is all on my main channel, by the way. The video was like an hour and a half long, and this is an extra 10 minutes that I thought maybe I could just throw this on the second channel as its own advice video. So that's what this is. And I want to put a little disclaimer on here. The idea is that this is advice for people that want to pursue YouTube, and I do paint kind of a broad stroke over all of the advice. There is hardly any advice that exists that applies to literally everybody. So I'm not gonna sit and pretend like this advice perfectly applies to literally everybody, but I think it does apply to most people. And I want to challenge you to do something as you're hearing the advice. Take a really honest, genuine look at your situation that you're in. And you might sit there and think, well, he doesn't get it, man. He doesn't understand that I've got this and this going on. And he doesn't understand such and such about my situation. And maybe I don't. Yeah, I probably don't. Maybe certain things are just not possible for you to do on your schedule with your life. I fully understand that. Absolutely. But try to be honest with yourself about that. Really dig deep, really dive into yourself, and maybe this advice can be helpful for you. Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy the video. Okay, in terms of some advice that I might give to a new up-and-coming or aspirational YouTuber, I didn't write anything down for this whole video, so forgive me if it's a little bit rambly. First things first, have you started making videos yet? Because you said you were gonna do it last time we talked about this, last year. It's been a whole year. Have you started yet? That's pretty important. What you been up to? Have you been making videos? Have you been practicing your editing and working on your scripting? Have you been doing all that? All of this is reps. It's all about doing it, and getting better at it. If you want to become a bodybuilder, you gotta pick up some weights. And if you want to be a YouTuber, you gotta turn that dang camera on. Or maybe you don't need to do something on camera. Maybe you gotta turn on to dang Minecraft. Get your mixing bowl out and bake something. You just have to do stuff. That's like it's such a weird thing because I talk to so many people that want to be YouTubers and I ask them, hey, so what have you done? What kind of videos do you want to make? And almost always they will say, oh, I don't really know. I'm not sure. So then do you actually want to do this? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you want to be a YouTuber? You just want to be a YouTuber? Do you know what that means? That'd be like me saying, oh, I want to be a professional athlete. I don't really know what sport though. I haven't really played very many sports. So like I say every year, if you actually want to do this, it has to be something that you actually want to do. That sounds silly, but not everybody really gets it. Okay, so now that you are making YouTube videos, good job. That's awesome. What's next? Well, most people, it just kind of comes with the territory. You are hoping for a really quick growth because you want to get those fat stacks of cash, baby. You want to be a filthy, rich, entitled YouTuber. You want to get that right now. Well, I'll tell you a little something about my own journey. I could not be happier that I had a slow growth. I am so thankful for how long it took me to get to even where I am now. I'm so close to 1 million subscribers. At this point, I am still, though, a very middle of the road channel. But I'm thankful for that slow growth because it never led me down this path of like chasing what I thought I needed to do. When you start making stuff, nobody wants anything from you, right? And then you have maybe a viral hit. You maybe start to think, oh no, for the first time ever, other people are wanting this type of thing from me. So I want to give the people what they want. So I guess I'll just try to do that again and again and again and again and again. And this vicious washing machine spin cycle of what YouTube is can just exhaust you so fast, especially if you think, oh, it worked once, why isn't it working again? Oh no, am I a failure? I'm terrible at this. I'm just gonna give up. So no, if you were to take my advice, which nobody ever does, I have always just kind of made whatever interested me, whatever I wanted to make, whatever I thought would be a fun video to watch, instead of chasing what I thought other people wanted. And because of that, I've cultivated a really cool audience of people that all share these weird similar interests of like niche stuff and tend to have a really similar positive attitude about stuff and don't just want to like be pessimistic and grumpy all the time. I saw this video from a guy named Jeremiah, and the quote in the video is,
"Internet fame is like an exhilarating drug, except when it's over, you can't just buy another hit."
And that is so insanely true. Apps like TikTok feed you that drug. They'll give anybody a viral video because they want you to keep coming back and keep posting stuff on there. So they'll just hand out random viral videos to any account, and then that account gets sucked into it like, oh, now I got fed that drug. I got the dopamine hit. I had a viral video. Oh, I'll do that again. I'll do that again. I'll do that again. And YouTube can be the same way, but if you treat it more like a slow burn and you don't stick yourself in a box right away, in my opinion, It's a lot more fulfilling, a lot more fun, something you can do for a longer amount of time without getting bored of it. And now I'm going to talk about something that might be kind of controversial in this space, and it didn't used to be. But things are changing so fast, I look around, I'm like, why does nobody agree with me on this anymore? You do not and should not hire an editor right away. And I would go so far as to say, sometimes you do not have to hire an editor ever. People talk about YouTube like a business so immediately. Dude, what is YouTube? YouTube is a platform where you can upload a video file. Why do you need to have an editor edit whatever you're making for you? What? You can do that. And if you don't know how, you can learn how to do it so easily. It's so annoying to hear it, but like, I have to say it because it's true. I made YouTube videos after work. I made YouTube videos during lunch. I made YouTube videos till 3 in the morning and then got up and went to work. You don't think you have time? You are just spending your time doing other things, probably. I know that's not the case for everybody. Some people genuinely don't have time, but that is so rare and you're probably just using that as an excuse. You probably do have time. You would just rather go out for drinks with your buddies. And that's fine, but you're not going to be a YouTuber if you do that. Or you would rather watch Netflix all night or play video games. And that's fine, but you're probably not going to be a YouTuber if you do that. Adam Savage posted a video to his channel. I don't remember when. I just wrote this down in my notes months ago. And he was talking about people wanting to get into the special effects industry. And this is what he said.
If you got into special effects or model making because you want to have fun, well, you're going to. But you're going to have fun at the end of all the tedium. 90% of it is going to be tedium and drudgery.
The tedium of being a YouTuber is researching and writing and editing and making thumbnails. You don't have to hire somebody to do thumbnails for you guys. You don't have to. Okay, I want to emphasize that. You do not have to. You can, but you don't have to. There are so many channels who are dedicated to telling you that you have to hire an editor, you have to hire a research team, you have to hire someone to make thumbnails. Big channels pushing that out there. Stop. You sit there with your little SM7Bs and your jacket and you say you gotta hire an editor, man. Well, okay, well at the very least you gotta hire someone to make your thumbnails for you. No, you don't have to do that, man. Because I know that if I wanna do YouTube, I can do it forever all by myself because I learned the skills to do it. I learned how to research, I learned how to write, I learned how to be on camera, I learned how to edit, I learned how to make thumbnails. I can do everything by myself. And that means that I will never not be able to make YouTube videos. That's a skill that I think everybody that wants to be a YouTuber should learn. Marquez has talked about like the octopus, and in each arm of the octopus is a different skill or a different part of the video making process. And he says, well, as soon as you can offload one of those arms to somebody else, it frees up more time for you to focus on the other arms and then start offloading arms to other people. And pretty soon you can just focus on the one thing you like doing. And okay, sure, maybe Marquez can do that. Maybe a channel that's bringing in hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars can do that. But you do not need to think of it that way. You do not need to think of it that way. If you look at me and you think of me as a big channel, as a big successful creator, listen to me when I'm telling you, you do not need to do that. You can do everything by yourself. I think you should try to do everything by yourself. You can do it, man. Woo! You got this. You got this. You got this. You can do it. Stop listening to people who talk about the creator economy. Just make a fucking YouTube video. It's so much fun. You can do it by yourself. It's so much fun. That's okay. We just started. We haven't even gotten into the wrap-up part, and I'm already fired up. Okay, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do everything by yourself. I don't want that to be what comes across here. It's not easy to do it all by yourself, but it's also not easy managing a team of other people to do it for you either. There's a whole can of worms that gets open with that too. I think the lowest stress thing is to just try to learn it all and see if you can do it. And if one day you wake up and you decide, hey, this is bringing in enough money that I can hire somebody to do this thing that I despise doing, then, oh man, more power to you. Please do that then. But after you've learned how to do it all yourself first. That is my advice. That is not concrete. That's not etched in stone. It's not biblical, okay? That is my advice. So there you go. Take it or leave it. You don't always need to know exactly what you're doing. I sure as hell never do. And I don't know the words to every song, and I sing along anyway. I recognize that this career for me is an absolute gift. It's my dream job. It's all I've ever wanted to do. Having a place like YouTube to be able to do this, I can't even... What timeline are we living in that this is possible? So grateful for it. So I'm going to take advantage of it, and I hope you do as well. And on a positive note, I know you can do it. Get out there and make a dang video. Let's do it together. I'm going to make one too. I'm making one right now. Sorry that went on for so long. Sorry about the passion. I apologize for all my passion.